welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am bringing you a skincare routine as promised in my last video, and I feel a bit of a clown really because I had a bit of makeup on because I've been to work this morning, but then I really wanted to show you how well my skincare routine takes off my makeup. So I literally just put on some red lipstick and a little bit of eyeshadow just to show you. Plus I didn't go to work with mascara on today, so I popped that on as well. So I've got a BB cream on, don't know what the make is, red lipstick, we'll go with that. A little bit of, I actually use a mixture of a highlighter and a bronzer mixed together for my eyelids. Not very adventurous, I know. I've used eyeshadow in my brows because, like I said in my last video, I don't know what I'm doing with them. I actually have my makeup here, this bronzer, absolutely love it. This powder, if you're in, that's the Laura Mercier one. If you're actually interested, this hasn't even got a lid. That's how good I am. This is actually a Primark highlighter that I use in my eyes every single day because it's just a really nice everyday. This is a Primark highlighter that I just use on my eyes every single day because it's just nice and subtle. Very like a little eyeshadow palette kit for eyebrows. I'm not going to go into detail into makeup because you're probably not interested in that. I'm not going to go into detail in my makeup because you're probably not interested in that part. You've clicked on this because it's my skincare routine. You've clicked on this because it's my skincare routine. I use the Garnier BB cream, or this. I got a tester in the Max Factor colour correcting cream just because I need to like mix sometimes to match my skin because like I am, obviously, as you can see, I'm extremely pale, so I never really match my makeup. I use Soap and Glory blush, W7 primer, yeah, and that's all. For everyday makeup, my going out makeup, I'll show you that another time, but obviously I have like a proper foundation and other eyeshadow palettes to use if I'm going out, but that's my everyday makeup. And as today, it's a Monday, so it's just a everyday makeup, and I don't like to put on a lot because I like to keep, I like to let my skin breathe as much as possible. So, moving on to what actually the video is about, because again, another tangent. I'm going to be showing you my skincare and my skincare routine that I might not do it every single day, but a lot of the time, this is the routine. So, I will tend to do this probably 4 times a week because I do enjoy looking after my skin now, and it was one of my goals to definitely like take care of my skin a little bit more this year. I tend to use wipes less and less now, mainly because I've got the feel of, oh, I need to save the environment. That's always on my mind now. So I usually use these ones. They're just from Lidl, not really anything special. Hyaluronic acid. It's meant to be really good for your skin, and anti-aging. You always need anti-aging, don't matter how young you are, start off with your anti-aging products. I use these Heaven peel off masks. They're really, really fab. I probably only do like it once a month though. Okay, my 2 favourite cleansers at the moment that are like quick cleansers that say I don't really have any makeup on, or it might be in the morning and I just want to cleanse my face without using water. I use this CN micellar water, nothing special, and Avon Care purifying rose water, and I'd use the combination of the two. what I'm going to be showing you today is what I talked about in my favourites video, so the Dermalogica, the 3-sequence one. So we're going to start with the pre-cleanse, which is like an oil which takes all your makeup off, and I do this in conjunction with the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleanse. So these two together to get all the makeup off and purify my skin. And then this one, the Daily Microfoliant, is after the cleansing gel. But this one is more of like, it's got tiny beads in it, so it does exfoliate. So I don't use this one all the time because it's best to not exfoliate your skin every single day. So I'm going to use it today, but I don't use this one every single time. So we'll start with these two. So I will get a flannel. This is the one that came with the Elemis. One thing I would say is I always use one of these to put on any kind of face mask that I'm doing, so that my hands are touching my face as little as possible, because we have so many like germs and oils and dirt on our hands that I tend to use one of these. And then a few of the things that I won't be using this today. This is a day cream that sometimes I'll use, say in the morning, like I said about these pre-cleansing ones. So in the morning when I've got no makeup on and just got out of bed, I will wash my face with this, followed by this, and then it's likely that I'll put this on, then my primer, then my makeup. Sometimes in the shower I will use a different face wash, which is just, a lot of the time I would use the simple face wash or the exfoliating one. At the moment we're using this one, a Wake Up face wash, deep cleanse, wakes up skin with guarana and vitamin C. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this one. And I use these exfoliating mitts, but I will use these on my skin and on my body. But with these I tend to avoid like the thin skin areas, and don't use this every single day. But you can get these like a 4-pack from Primark for £1. They're great. So moving on to Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. So I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but it is an oil. So hopefully you can see how oily that is. And I'm just gonna rub this into my skin. And the first time I did this, it felt really strange. Like I didn't like the idea of rubbing oil into my skin while makeup was on there. And one thing I did before starting this was wash my hands, because love it. This is what I wanted to show you though, like how, oh wow, lovely. I mean, it just breaks through everything, and I love it, because I feel like, I mean, that was everywhere on it. And usually sometimes I remember using products years ago where I'd be like, oh my gosh, I really can't get this off, but this is just amazing. And then the balm, I tend to aim this around my eyes, like I explained in the favourites video. Lost my train of thought then. If I have it around my eyes, you really don't need a lot. Like my last pot that was 50 grams like lasted me like a year. It was crazy. You really don't need a lot. But so again, I'm gonna get the black under there, look, so that you can see. If we get all the makeup off, then you'll be able to see how good these are. So yeah, I would get like this, and then sometimes I'd be proper scrubbing my face, because a lot of products don't break down the makeup and you end up having to scrub up your face in order to get it off. But this, obviously, again, you can see what a mess. And the good thing about this is that you can always, like with a flannel, you're always going to have a flannel or a towel there, and then you just wash it and you can use it again. So it's, you know, eco-friendly, and I've started to think about things like that a little bit more. So less cotton wool pads and less face wipes. I mean, face wipes and things like that are always good, like easy on the go. And I'm not like scorching at my skin, like proper dragging it. It's just literally just wiping it away. And as you can see, so much has disappeared. And weirdly enough, it does actually feel clean. So one thing I tend to do is wipe down and then in circles. It just helps with blood flow, which is always good for your skin. So be careful of these bits underneath your eyes. I always have to go underneath though, because my mascara like sticks to my bottom lashes. So one thing you will notice about me is that I have really dark under eyes and dark, like this is always naturally dark, so it looks like I've got makeup on, but I really don't. So another thing that I use with my lipstick is a lip stain. So it means that I can put lipstick on and literally like 7 or 8 hours there will be still some lipstick on there because it like stains it to my lips. So obviously it's not looking the cleanest right now. So I'm going to pop that back in the sink just to give it a little rinse off before we move on to the next step. One tip I would like to show you is get a Q-tip, dip it in the water so it's slightly damp, and pull down your lids, not lids, bottom eyelid, and do this, and just drag across, especially if you wear eyeliner, and you will see just the tiniest bit of makeup has actually come off. But if you do this along your eyelids, you can do it, sometimes concealer can get built up here, even if you do it along your actual lashes. You don't want to trap anything in there like that. And the other side. Again, just removing the extra dirt that hasn't been removed. I think it's just about being a little bit more precise. Then moving on to the cleansing gel. Now, obviously, it's in the name, it's a gel, so it's a lot thicker than the oil that we've just used. So with this one, it tends to get a little bit foamier, as you can see. And the more you move it around, the foamier it gets. I always tend to like move up to my hairline because I find that when I'm doing my makeup, my foundation, like I'm pushing the makeup like into my neck and into my chin so that I match, but then you don't want to forget to like take it off in those areas. So into the hairline, into the eyes, nose. Here I get really like dry patches and makeup like sticks to my nose area. That's it. And again, I will just rinse off with my flannel, wet cloth, whatever you want to call it. It's funny because some people have like different names for certain things. One thing I found interesting is that when I was younger, I was used to call the television remote control a dabber, and then when I got older and I was like, pass the dabber, people wouldn't really know what I was talking about. And then I realised that it was called a controller or a remote. Okay, so I will show you today the microfoliant just so that you know what it's like. It comes out as a powder form and you mix it ever so slightly with water and then it makes a paste. You don't need very much at all. Add a little bit of water and then it turns into like this. And again, I tend to put it on just my oily areas. This one tends to dry as well, so I just tend to leave it to dry and then wash it off. Because it goes on quite easily, it moves around and then it dries quickly, so I just leave it for a second. But yeah, it's very much like a powder, and then you tend to mix a little bit in. But it's got tiny little, those tiny little bits exfoliate ever so slightly. Okay, let's leave that for a moment. Got my little guy here, my little friend. Okay. And again, I will just slowly take it off. I love doing skincare now. I used to find it such a chore, but I just think the more you take care of your skin now, the better it will be in the future. Like, a little bit every day adds up. I don't do this every day. This is my full skincare, because we don't want to overload the skin. Okay, so that kind of exfoliates, but then if I'm in the shower or if I'm in a rush, then I would probably just use this to exfoliate. So all the makeup is off, and now we're going to move on to some of the creams and ointments that I use. So if you wanted, you could again rinse this and again fully wash it, then dab it dry, and then we're good to go for the rest. So depending on what time of day it is, I have a collection of things that I use. If I have really bad spots, I tend to just use Sudocreme, and it just reduces puffiness, and it's like an anti-inflammatory. I think it's brilliant because then they're less red, they're less sore, less dry. I get very dry patches around my nose, so I put that on, but a lot of the time that is just for the evening, like if I'm going to bed, Sudocreme face. Again, like I said in my favourites, I now have this one, which I would put on to spots or areas that are prone to getting spots. So that would be these areas. I would tend to put these on first when the pores are really open, so then it tends to sink in, and I can actually feel this one working. I love it. So if it isn't that one, it's this one for spots. Nothing too extreme. We have been trying the Ordinary. So these ones that I think you can order from ASOS. I think you can order them from ASOS. And we've been using quite a few selections. So we've been using the ones that help under eyes, because obviously your gal got bad under eyes. Ones that help smooth, hydrate, help lines. This particular one is the 100% plant. It's a granulin. I'll just show you. Solution. And this one is for appearance of dynamic facial lines. So they all actually come in a pipette like this, so you don't have to use a lot, just use a tiny little bit, and you can either put it on your face or straight onto your fingers. Just make sure your fingers are clean. So I get a lot of smile lines, so I put it here and on my forehead, and obviously where you're going to get crow's feet, you want to work on these early. Doesn't matter how. I actually started a skincare routine when I was like 12. It was only like simple, like cleanse, tone and moisturise, but I actually do think it's really helped my skin. So I put that one on, and there's a few others, but I don't tend to use them all at the same time, so I'm just going to put the one on for now. But I would use also my vitamin C Pipette. and I do use this every other day because it's all well and good eating vitamin C, but I think it's good to work it from the outside as well as the inside. 2 in 1 is better. So I just put that all over, mix it in with the other oils that I have. There's one of The Ordinary that helps your hair as well as your skin, but there's a huge range that you can choose from to help your particular skin. So, and I think it works from combination dry and oily skin, so it can work for anyone. As I showed you in my favourites, I then put this Lash Serum on, just again run it across the tops, and I would do this with my skincare, mainly so that I don't forget, plus I don't want to put it on when I'm putting makeup on because I just think it's not going to work then. I just want it to be on its own rather than put that on and then put mascara on top, because I never know what I might be like trapping or blocking up. And then I have 2 eye creams because I'm quite conscious of my eyes. Obviously they have like quite dark circles. They say it's connected to my heart, but I don't know if I've just got like dark eyes, like I'm really tired all the time, or I've got deep sockets. I'm not sure. This one is Skin Labo Intensive Eye Lift. It's for dark circles and bags, so I put this on underneath and a little bit on top, and the same for the other eye. You really don't need a lot of this though. It is literally like PP size. Now I saw this on I think this one was advertised on Instagram, because I'm one of those people that's like, oh, do you know what, I will try that. I fall for those Instagram ads, but I just think it's so worth it. It's worth a try. What you got to lose. And then another one that's from online, but this doesn't look like an English one. Aqua Wonder Eye Cream, and this one's more of a moisturising one. Again, more towards the end, because when I put makeup on, my eyes seem to run, so I don't think it really likes them. So the more I just keep them hydrated, the better. And because it's extremely moisturising and I get dry patches here, I tend to put that on there. I do have another eye cream, but I'm not going to put this one on right now. This one's the Cayman Repair and Treatment Eye Cream, so I would put that on if I'm not putting one of the other ones on. I don't like to overload my eyes because I just think it's not going to work. And then sometimes I'll put this argan oil on, which is an intensive formula with argan oil, which argan oil has been shown to help with skin and hair. So again, that's like a pipette formula. And I do have their treatments for my hair, and for this one's the night repair serum. And as you can tell, like the pot looks like Estee Lauder's night serum pot, and that's what I was going off. I was like, oh, will it be like that? And I actually really love it. So it's very oily, quite greasy, but then I suppose it's going to soak into your eyes overnight. And then I would just put, majority of the time, I would just put a normal lip salon just to repair my lips through the night as well. So that's the majority of the things that I would use. Some of the other skincare products that I have been trying out have been a lot of the, as you can see, we've got a lot of The Ordinary products. Just trying to use their range and see what works for our skin. Pure Active Charcoal Anti-Blackhead Mask. I haven't used one of these in ages, but they were really good for my T-zone. That's Garnier. And this other Zap stick, which I think was from ASOS. It's like this. It's got a day one and a night one for when you can apply it. This is the other one, a normal good old-fashioned Vaseline. It's great for the lips. And this one, I haven't been using this recently just because it is very greasy. And I've been trying out a lot of new other skincare products, but I did go through a phase of, sounds very strange, putting beeswax on my face. So this is the pot that it comes in. like this, and as you can see I've used quite a lot of it, and it literally comes out like a really like waxy substance, but if I try to show you, it's very, very, very greasy. I feel like I could fry my eggs on it. So a lot of the time I tend to avoid it because I get greasy skin anyway, so I don't want to like add to it and block my pores. So that is going to conclude the skincare video. I can go through my hair care or what other products you would like to see, or my makeup or anything that you like that. I will leave the links to go and find some of these products if you're interested in them. Please leave any comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, angels.